This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Wip with Kate Ritchie for your Tuesday podcast. Look, we're in the medium of radio, and I understand this. Look, not many people do them much anymore, but radio pranks
Classic.
were prevalent. What are we talking, 5-10 years ago?
Still
we used
are,
to
mate.
do them quite a bit.
I'm still doing a lot of funny gear around the office.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes work pranks can go too far, though.
Of course they can.
And I never ever, when we tied it to Tom's ankles, I thought, no way that car was going to take off so
No,
quickly.
I didn't expect it either.
Well,
I didn't even know there was anyone driving.
how is your back, Tom? Is it all right?
Look, obviously, there's only so much I can say with it all being before the courts, but...
The head mask looked funny, though. It's like,
yeah. Oh, look, it was a weird...
And I can tell you this, Tom.
Yeah.
In the meeting, we said... When there was no way, we said, you can't drag him for 8 kilometres.
Yeah.
Like, that was ridiculous.
Hey.
not the first time he's had gravel rash.
Yeah.
And I
Goodness sake. You are also childish.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what we're doing.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This is a story about Richard Becker. He's a former salesman at Lenovo. Is
Lenovo, yeah.
Computers.
Software computers. Yeah, software, hardware.
computers.
Hardware.
He was on a work trip. How good are work trips?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
With company
Wow.
credit cards, you mean?
Outside the bloody postcode, if you know what I mean.
What? I don't know what you mean.
I just mean...
sorry.
You
You're
get
away.
a hotel room to yourself. You
What
don't have
happens
the
on
kids.
tour or something?
Yes,
Well, that
stays on tour.
So there's a few work meetings going on, and Richard, unfortunately, has been sacked, and he's suing his former employer. He has been sacked for urinating in the hotel foyer.
Very good. It's actually a good one. You've had some stinkers, but I'll give you that.
It's a long one.
You didn't make that up. You got that from somewhere else.
Well, that's him getting tackled at the end there. So
Oh, Fitzy.
he's... What he said, though, is that he suffers from serious bladder issues.
Okay.
Okay, mate.
So, okay,
Don't we
Richard.
all when we need a wee?
So what he said was during a business meeting, this is at the Westin Hotel in New York, which is the Westin, which is a nice hotel.
Yeah, well done.
The West Inn, not the Western.
Oh, sorry, the
There's
West
two
Inn.
different. Oh, yeah, okay. Because
Oh,
they're
yeah, but not
very
Best
different,
Western.
aren't
No,
they?
the West Inn, you're encouraged to urinate in the foyer just to make it look better.
Oh,
So-
cover the smell.
So during the business meeting, he visited the bathroom 5 times.
Oh.
But on the 5th time coming back, he was so overwhelmed with his bladder condition on the walk back, he said, unfortunately, I just had to go on the spot, and it was in the hotel foyer. They sacked him, and now he's suing them for $1.5 million. This is America, eh? America.
Maybe it does sound serious.
Well,
if
maybe
he's
he could have
had to go
diabetes.
if he's had to go to the toilet 5 times within a meeting.
Yeah, he might not know, and he's all of a sudden... I mean, he wasn't boozing during the meeting, was he? See, he might have had the issue I had when I worked for that building company where I would drink water the entire time just to try and stay awake. Because I'd be falling asleep not knowing what to do. He might have been in one of those meetings.
It could have been.
Water and
Asleep,
cookies.
not knowing what to do.
Yeah, and I had to take the minutes, Kate. And I was writing down, what do you want me to minute for that? So what should I write down? Oh, my God, I'm falling asleep again.
Oh,
I'll
I
have another
thought you
cookie.
meant you were on the tools. No, you were in the
We've just knocked off
office.
4 litres of water. That's an unbelievable effort.
I'll see you, but guys, I'm going to do a wee in the lobby. You know, when you got to
13,
go, you got to go, Kate.
You do.
I know.
13/24/10. What bill was racked up on the work trip? I've got a story from this establishment that we work at.
Go on.
Now this would be around about 18 years ago.
Okay.
When I
Okay.
first started.
Okay.
And it wasn't this station. It wasn't Nova.
Are you
It was
sure?
another one.
What are you about to say? Be very
What did you do?
careful.
So an employee that worked here doesn't work for us anymore.
He's cleared everything.
tried to
Safe
be
shot,
very
mate. Take your
safe.
shot.
I'm just, so HR are going, okay, continue. All right, so they had a work trip. They had a big interview. I think it was Tom Jones or something. It was an interview that was interstate. So they went interstate, and I was told by the CEO at the time that he got a phone call from the hotel the next day saying, "Are you going to pay for this person's room?" And they said, yeah, of course we are. He's over there for a work trip. And they said, no, for us to clean up the room.
Oh. Did he trash it?
He trashed it.
In what
So
way?
he had a party there after the interview with Tom Jones. I don't know if Tom Jones went back there, but
I
there
don't
was a
think so.
He would have.
There was-
Don't leave Tom Jones out of it.
There was a party afterwards, and let's just say
Really?
it was everything was everywhere, Kate. There was stuff hanging off the walls, pillows stuck to the roof. It was just,
my
it was
God.
out of control.
How do you
Tommy.
stick a pillow to the roof?
Sounds like a great night, Tommy. What time will the boys leave?
Yeah, you could have changed my first name.
Do you know what? There was a story here, Fitz. And I'm not going to say who it was because they're still in the building.
This is making me feel so
What about this one?
nervous.
I'll give you
Very
this
nervous.
one. They do work for the company, and it was back when you had a cab charge.
Oh,
Yes,
in the
I
good
love
old
this.
days.
Now, I don't know what they did, but the note came through that the cab charge for a short trip that was meant to be taken came in at $600. You know, I reckon the accounts department popped a couple of flags there and said, What happened?
Where would you be
Where
going
did you
for
go?
600?
No, it would have been one of those. Remember when BJ did the nice jacket?
No,
she bought a
that was-
jacket off the.
Yeah, BJ's mate used a cab charge from work, Kate, and it was a guy that was driving, but he was a small guy, and he had this great leather jacket on.
Beautiful jacket.
Yeah.
And she said to him, "I love your leather jacket, and I think it would fit me." When they pulled over and dropped it off, he said, "Do you want to try it on?" She said, "Yep." And all the girls were going, "That's amazing." And she said, I'll give you $400 on this cab charge
Bang.
if you give me your leather jacket. And he took it.
Why
He took
would you
it.
want to buy the cab driver's leather jacket?
Because it's a great leather jacket. It's the same old
vintage.
one where you'd go, all right, mate, now that we've got to the end of the trip, if I tip you 40, will you give me 20?
Tom, you're not going to get Michelle the Minx on, are you?
If I
She's
tip
trying
you-
to ring through.
Minxie, you want Minxie on, do you?
Oh, I've got to get Michelle. If
She's calling,
gotta
I
work-
think, for the sandwich discussion from 6 a.m. But
She doesn't. What
Go
about
with
her
work.
favourite cheese?
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about office pranks. There's been a few played here over the years, am I right, guys? Couple of stitch-ups, a bit of a whodunit.
Yeah,
Always
we've-
fun.
I'm not a fan of
We've
the old
been-
prank.
We've been pulled aside a few times.
Have you?
They don't always go to plan, do they?
From family members as well, Kate.
Really? Oh, when
My-
you've gone too far.
Yeah.
My wife is off limits now.
Yeah, that's it.
Off limits to you or to the company or...
Yeah, no, she's been off limits from me for about the last 3 years. But no, she said no more. That's it. Do you remember the last one, Tom?
Was it
yes,
we-
yeah, we
we
didn't
couldn't use
air
it.
it, did we? We
Was it
didn't
the
even
police?
air it.
The police one?
Yeah.
Yep. That's
what?
when that was the citizen's arrest. So she basically, there was some kids vandalising some local walls in Balmain, and my wife, she's done this a couple of times now, chased them.
Crime fighter.
Chased them down the road, and without a doubt, around the corner, you wouldn't believe it, there was 2 cops. So the kids got caught, and then there was the other time with the fire that happened at the old Balmain Leagues Club, Kate, and she saw 2 kids running away from the flames. She had it on video, so we decided to get 2 cops, made up cops, fake cops together, and she had to do a line-up.
Oh.
And she didn't know. She goes, I can't
gear.
recognise any of them. But he said, I need a decision from you now, please. Which kid was it? And she made one, and she wasn't happy with that one.
No.
But so you've just revealed the prank on,
Well,
on
it's
air
never
now.
gonna- it's never
Is
gonna
that
go to air.
illegal for you to do that?
Doesn't matter,
to
Kate.
Highly,
pretend to
highly,
be police?
Yeah,
Fitz, I'm happy for BJ not to be involved in any pranks moving forward, as long as she releases the footage of her falling off a BMX bike at a wedding.
That's still
Then
out
I'm
there.
happy. Some
still
pranks. There's another prank that involved a guy by the name of Matt DeGroot that used to work here. Do not mention the war. That didn't
was
go.
that
That took a
one?
lot of friendship rebuilding to do with him appearing on a TV show. It was a fake audition.
Oh, well, you can't do
No,
that
you can't.
to someone.
We didn't realise how much it meant to him.
You'd never play a prank on me, would you?
Look under your chair.
Or is this whole thing a prank?
No, the story I was going to tell in 13-24-10, if a prank has gone bad at work where you thought, got a bit of a funny, guys, gather round. Then all of a sudden, it's backfired. This was a guy by the name of Kenneth, and Kenneth was the principal at the school. Now, one of the teachers, Jim, he's come up with a great idea. And this is funny because it's nothing to do with the students. Yeah. It's Jim playing a bit of a prank on Kenneth. So he got a couple of other teachers together and they said, why don't we, when Kenneth goes out, why don't we get Kenneth's desk from the principal's office and we'll stick it on the roof of the building, of the school. Funny. Kenneth is going to get back and go, oh, who stitched me up?
Reaction, yep.
Why are you talking like Chopper Reed?
That's how Kenneth would have spoken. That's exactly how Kenneth... That's how Kenneth would have spoken. Anyway, Kenneth did not find it very funny, called an emergency meeting. The board of the school was gathered around and there was a vote cast. 5-0, Jim lost his job as a teacher at the school.
Over a prank.
Over a desk on a roof.
What's the frequency,
Show me the
Kenneth?
desk.
Have a look, there's the desk on the roof. Having a bit of a laugh.
Oh, that's funny.
As long as we don't have to meet at your desk, sir.
Come on. Like, I know not everyone's going to laugh at that, but if someone loses their job over that, have a laugh, will you? Come on.
Yeah.
People need that in their lives
That's
these
funny.
days.
It's
That's
not
innocent.
just about that. If you're going to sack someone from the teaching staff, that's not the first offence.
Kate Ritchie.
But someone could. What if that desk had dropped on someone's
It
head?
didn't, Kate.
But what if it did?
But it didn't. 13-24-10, love to know. Bridge has given us a call from Penrith. What prank went wrong at work, Bridge?
So it wasn't my work, it was my partner's work. He rings me every morning and I missed his calls because I was out with the dog.
Yeah.
And I got back to my phone and I saw a voicemail and SMS saying that he had hit somebody and that he was on his way to a police station.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I tried ringing him back and I couldn't get through.
Yeah.
So then I rang his boss and made his boss go out and tell him to ring me because I didn't believe that he was at work.
And it was a prank, Bridge.
It was a prank. He was there the whole time. Nothing happened.
Not a great prank. Like, starting to make the desk on the roof look really clever.
Why would you say that? Just to worry you?
I felt sick to my stomach. I couldn't believe it. I cried my eyes out when I spoke to his boss, but he did get in quite a lot of trouble from me and his boss.
Gotcha.
Yeah, see, that's...
Classic.
See, that was the other one we did with BJ. Remember, after 10 years of the relationship of marriage, and I tested her just to see. Remember, that was the one I rang her out of the blue. Number. I rang her out of the blue, Kate, and I said, remember that night I went down to Adelaide, right, for that music festival? I said, cops, I've just been told that cops are about to knock on our door. Honey, just tell them that I was with you. That's all I can say. And I hung up the phone. And then two cops were quizzing her about this one night. Do you know where Ryan was on that night?
Are these fake cops again that you pretended to be?
And
this
fake
is
cops
illegal.
again. And I just wanted to see if she would stick up for me. Yeah. And she just kept saying, I don't know. I can't remember.
Terrible liar. Terrible liar. Jackson Avalon, what was the prank?
Hey guys, I was just calling because my brother did a prank on his friend on his back of his time card. He wrote he drew the genitalia of the man.
D&B, yep.
At the back of the card on his time card, and thinking he would see it before it went into the women's, that actually do the time cards, and it went there, and the big boss came out and demanded whoever did it own up.
Yep, who's done the D&B?
And my brother was in the background with his quiet little voice. And then he goes, anyone who did it, do it, tell me now, and you won't get in much trouble. And it was like he was making a point, said it louder and louder. And,
did he admit it?
Yeah, he did. He was saying it in the back of his little man voice, like little boy voice.
Did he get in trouble, Jack?
He got a talking to, a warning.
It's a bit of a laugh, though, isn't it? It's a bit of a
lol. You have to have lols at work.
If you're not laughing, get out of here.
You have to.
Dr. Chris in Bondi.
Dr. Chris, that didn't sound like
Chris
Dr.
Brown,
Chris
are you
Brown.
there, mate?
Chris.
Yes, good morning, team. How you going, guys?
Good, Chris. What was the prank?
So years ago, I was a student at MIT in the US.
Yeah.
And the engineering department sort of mucked around one day when they lost a football game to Harvard. And anyway, so they ended up putting a cow on the third story of a building.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you know anything about cows, but they don't walk up and down stairs, so no one knew how they got there. Anyway, the dean of the faculty cracked it and really got up the engineering students because there was a big hassle to get them down. So 2 nights later, they disassembled his car and then reassembled it on the same roof.
Good.
So they had to call Boston Police Department to try and figure out what was going on, and the students were getting into trouble. It wasn't until they had one of the aerial helicopters realised they were flying over and they saw his car on the roof. So the engineering department, we all got banned and we weren't allowed to play football anymore.
Gee, big effort.
That is a massive effort. That's what happens with engineers.
Yeah, they can and they will, Kate. That's the danger of an engineer.
Chris, the main question is, worth it? All worth it?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Because it made the front page of the Boston Globe and everything. This is, we were rat bags in our 20s. It was a lot of fun. But everyone else thought it was hilarious, except the dean of the faculty was very unimpressed with both the cow. We had to, obviously remove the cow from the roof, but still no one knows how they got it there. And then 2 days later, disassembling the car was just priceless.
Great effort. It's a lot of effort.
Good on
But
you,
you know
Chris,
what? It's a story that you can tell radio stations forever and ever.
Tommy, can we go to the traffic and then can I tell the story about the call that went really bad?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Can I tell the-
Yeah, we'll
What
pass
call?
it through the legal
It
department.
was a call that happened on a radio station. And I want to tell the story because it was just
It's not
disaster.
No, it's not the rude one, is it? You're not doing the rude one. You can't. You can't
What's
explain
the
that
rude
story.
one? This one you can
I'll
explain.
check it with legal and we'll find out after
it's
this.
a story worth hearing. Tommy, do I have permission to tell this story about a prank that backfired in the radio game?
Let's go for it.
Are we
Let's
really?
go. Good luck. You're on your own here, Whip. Good
What do you
luck.
mean I'm on my own?
You're on your own.
Guys, you all know this one. I'm going to temper my language as well.
Tom, I'm going to leave the studio, mate.
No,
I
stick
can't
around.
do
No,
this.
you're not. You love this stuff. It's
Yeah, you know what I do. Go for
A
it.
radio station, as a prank, calls a woman. She's the wife. She calls this guy's wife, and the radio station pretends to be from his work, from the hubby's work, saying, "I'm so sorry, we've had to fire your husband. We've had to let him go." And she's saying, "What do you mean you've got to let him go? You know, we've just had our first baby. We need the money. Can you tell me why you've had to let him go?" And this is all live on air. And they're saying, "No, I'm so sorry, we can't tell you why we're going to let him go, but due to company policy, we can't continue with him here under this business name, so we've had to let him go." She's
is making
bawling.
me so
She's
nervous.
bawling her eyes out. She said, "We're desperate for the money. How are we going to bring up this family if he doesn't have a job? You must tell me why you're letting him go." The guy at the radio station, pretending to be the boss, says, "Okay, I'll tell you. Unfortunately, this is hard to say, we caught him making out with the secretary on the boardroom table."
That's not funny. Because he probably has.
That's not funny.
It's not funny.
She's bawling. And then says, "Right. Well, now I don't feel so bad for sleeping with his brother." Live on air.
Oh, that setup's got to be.
Family ruined.
Well, do you know what? That's a prank backfiring in your face. And you know what? I'd have no sympathy for that radio station, and I would never do anything like that. Tom, can we have a meeting after the show?
Got some ideas, Fitz?
Yes.
Oh,
Can't believe you did that, Fitz. It was funny at the time, but I just shouldn't have brought it up. What a shocker.
God, intern Pete still got his job, though.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hey, if you're getting ready for work this morning, you're probably thinking about breakfast, but I want to think about lunch. 78% of Aussies have admitted to eating the same lunch between 2 to 5 times a week. And they've even revealed that 10% of us have the same lunch every single day.
Mate, it's quite a healthy thing to do. I mean, I don't know what this study is suggesting that everybody's boring, but do they have an issue with it? Because
Well-
I think your body starts to work well with certain products if you continue to use them.
You got to change it up, don't
No,
you?
you don't.
Do you know what, for me, just a basic great sanga is all you need in life.
Isn't it
for
amazing?
lunch. Oh,
I know.
and you
it's
know
the
what?
simple things, mate.
You can get your meat and your veggies all and your salad just into one, and with your bread. There's 3 food groups that you have straight away.
Can I tell you one, if we just avoid the food group chat, just to have a toasted cheese sandwich, and I put it into the little cheese toaster thing, and I've got 2 slices in there, and it's kind of bubbling to get out before I take it out and eat it. You don't need to do what you do, Tom. You don't need caviar. You don't need your dozen natural with a vinaigrette.
Truffle.
You don't need your truffle bum.
What
You
about
just,
the... I did a beautiful...
a dauphinoise?
No, just the toasty is one of the best. But I've been putting pickles in there.
You
and
would have, mate. Now you've ruined it.
Yeah,
That's
pickles.
un-Australian.
And so,
Pickles?
yeah, pickles and then like extra layers of cheese, some salami. Oh, is there anything better than a toasty?
Well said. Tom, what is the best cheese for a toasty? Give us something different than just your normal cheddar.
They do suggest that Emmenthal, is that how I say it?
Is that a drug?
That's a wonderful melting cheese.
Sure, I put Emmenthal on my toe once when I had an infection.
Tommy, do you remember I had this break for a while? You never put it up on the board, but they say the ultimate toasty, right? Replace the butter that you put on the bread on the outside to brown it up a little bit or make it golden.
Yeah.
They said to put mayonnaise on there.
Oh, wow.
Really interesting. With a pickle or without the pickle?
No, well, you can, but it gives you a little bit of tang and then also goldens up the toast.
Do you know what Tommy likes to eat? Is it a Reuben's? Is that what it's called,
Oh,
Tommy?
yeah, Reuben sandwich.
But to me, that's just too much. It's like
New
road.
York, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an American thing, but to me, it's like roadkill with a couple of bits of bread either side.
Wow.
Just a whole lot of meat hanging out.
There's a place in Potts Point that does Australia's best toasty, which uses 14 different types of cheese.
Can we get some in this morning? What are they called, Tommy?
There's a fish and chip shop at Drummoyne as well that says that they've got the best chips in the universe. Not just on Earth. I'm
Are we
like,
going to do world's best, are we?
I mean, you're going up, you're going into the galaxy for that one.
Very quickly, the topic has opened up on should you be eating the same thing for lunch? Should you be eating the same thing for dinner? Same meal, day after day.
78% of us eat the same lunch 2 to 5 times a week. 10% of us eat the same thing every single day. Drew in Riverston, what do you want to talk about, Drew?
Yeah, how you going, boys?
Yeah, good, Drew.
Look, I just made me lunch then, and every day, no matter of a doubt, I just have bloody ham sangas with mayo and a bit of pepper.
Yeah. And I bet you'd like it the way you make it, Drew, too.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, look, I put a lot of love into it, I'll tell you.
So no salad at all, Drew? Just the ham?
Oh, look, if I feel a bit special sometimes, get a bit of tomato.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Tomato,
But apart from that, no, it goes a bit too soggy.
Yeah,
Drew,
I agree.
and just your basic white fresh bread, or what bread do you use?
Yeah, fresh white bread or even whole grain.
Yeah, beautiful. Drew, on your birthday, would you do something outrageous, like put a bit of avocado in it or anything like that?
Oh, look, mate, if it's my birthday, might treat yourself a bit.
Something to think about. Smashed apple. Good on you, Drew.
Okay, so there you are. A bit of pepper, mayo, and ham. Andrew in Botany, best sandwich ever. Help us out here, Andrew.
Mate, go to Forest Lodge.
Yep.
It's called Delicia. And Delicia. And I've got a Figaro there, which is a fresh focaccia, where it's not the hard one, it's like airy.
Yep.
And you have burrata, prosciutto, fig, honey, and rocket on it.
Fig, honey, and rocket. That's adventurous, Andrew.
Who thought of putting fig in a sandwich? But it works, Andrew, obviously.
Mate, blew my mind. I didn't think it would go either.
Okay, Delicia, everyone.
that's
Forest
okay.
Lodge. And you say that the fresh focaccia as well is a big standout for you, Andrew.
I hate hard bread.
Yeah,
I hate going to breakfast, eating hard bread, cuts your gums.
Yep.
This one, it's airy. You can't even tell.
Oh, how the
There's a
focaccia.
great sandwich. I've got to find the name of it. The Surrey Hills have some good
Oh,
sandwiches
mate,
as
the
well.
one where they line up every day. What is that one on?
I'm pretty sure it's Smalls Deli.
Smalls,
yeah,
is
I'm
it?
pretty sure.
You know the one on the corner, Tommy? It's got the window coming through the brickwork?
Yep. So
and you know do you know the best thing about it now when they cut it in half
Yeah.
and then they turn it around and they present it to you with everything that's in the sandwich.
You can see
and
it.
you're just salivating.
All right, mate. Okay, that'll do, mate.
Figs.
Is it Shana? Shania. Sorry, Shania.
Let's
Hello.
go, girls.
Hello, good morning, guys.
What did you want to talk about this morning? Lunch?
Yeah, I don't know how I'm meant to follow up Andrew's sandwich because that sounds amazing.
Good on you,
but
Andrew. Yep.
Tommy, I reckon you might like this one too. I'm a tuna rice avocado girl every day.
Tuna?
Yeah.
Rice?
What, in a sandwich?
No, just in a bowl, a cup of rice, little microwave rice, a tin of tuna, avocado, a bit of soy sauce, maybe a bit of sriracha if you like it a bit spicy.
Oh, okay.
Can't go wrong.
That's a healthy option.
Very healthy option, and congratulations to you and your family for doing that. But Tom does it sometimes, stinks out the whole office, Shania. How do you go with that? I mean, where do you eat it? Do you go to a certain place or?
Nah, I'll eat it in the office, and you just the people that reckon tuna stinks out the office, you just grow up. It's tuna, it's fine.
Yeah, but Shania, Tommy will do a tuna egg salad.
That's
and
a bit
it is
tricky.
really on the bugle. Like, the wallpaper starts to peel.
You sure that's not just Tommy, though?
It might be Tommy. He's allergic to showers. You're dead right.
You know what I love about Tom as well, Shania? Not many people know this, but Tom loves fresh. He loves fresh. Everything's fresh.
Oh, yeah, fresh.
Sometimes he'll pop out of the office here, take a rod down to Blackwattle Bay here, and bring back something fresh for everybody
he'll catch
in the office.
The tuna.
He'll scale it.
That, can you?
Oh, he's just an amazing guy.
Thanks so much.
Big yellow fin, he'll carry it home.
Gosh, what a start to the morning
And
this
then
morning's been.
Uses mayonnaise and a few different cheeses as deodorant too, I assume.
Wait, can I go back to Drew?
You can, if you wouldn't mind.
Drew, I want to deck you out with some great gear by Connor. So, Axel & Co. by Connor. It's affordable menswear. You can get sizes from XL to 7XL, but this is for Father's Day as well. Yeah,
I'll tell you what there, Drew.
MacArthur Square and Westfield East Gardens. Was he talking over me then? I was just trying to get that out. But that, $200 to spend there, that's a good outfit.
Yeah, that's
for
good.
this weekend.
And maybe a sandwich thrown in. Tommy, we're going to do sort of 20 minutes of sandwich chat tomorrow on the show. That's
I think
it
that
for the
ends
sandwich segment.
That probably ends our food chat for the week, but it has been a lot of fun. Sorry.
Get it.
Can I just say, sometimes it's better than, hey guys, I was listening to you yesterday.
Oh, look, it's good to have a mixture of it. Of everything, isn't it?
I have a real passion for sandwiches, Tom. So if you want to take that away from me, go and find someone else to do this show.
He's cracked it, Tom. I'm so sorry.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Question for you. Are you an Oasis fan, Kate?
I love Oasis.
Did you go to the Oasis Red Room? Or, sorry, Noel Gallagher Red Room?
No, it was the Liam
Gallagher Red Room?
No, I didn't. When was that? A few years ago
A couple
now.
of years ago, yeah, massive.
It was magnificent. Okay, so the teaser came out last night, and they're saying that there will be an announcement. Now, this is 8 a.m. London time, so we are looking at this afternoon at 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The announcement will be out. But what they're saying is, this is the rumours that they're going to do 10 nights at Wembley Stadium in London.
Wow.
Which works out to, they could make like anywhere between $200 to $300 million.
Wow.
Just for doing 10 nights at Wembley. And that's not even leaving London.
No, and are they going to tour? Like, is it an international tour?
We don't know. I think they're going to focus on England first. They'll do some dates in Manchester where they're from. Heaton Park is a big arena there. Then there's Glastonbury. They'll headline Glastonbury, they're saying.
Can you tell me why now, Fitz? Because we know they've hated each other for years, and they've said they'd never do it again.
Yeah, is it a wise decision?
Do you know what I think it is? No, I'll tell you why.
Why?
Noel's divorced his wife, and Liam had real problems with...
What was her name?
Yoko Ono.
No.
I don't know, but it's been around about 9 months to a year since the divorce has happened.
Right.
So I don't. Now that's all that out of the way and that's all sorted. Can Noel now do the tour and get that money
And not have to share it.
and not have to share it?
Probably could. So he's got some clean air. He's ready to go.
Because I think you were talking about this during the songs yesterday, Fitzy, where there's been so much discussion over the years of when are they going to get back together, and they've always said no, absolutely no way. Whereas over the last little while, they haven't been denying it.
Well, do you know what? The Rolling Stones... I mean, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards aren't really close anymore, but do you know what they do? They tour in their own private jets.
Yeah. It gives you hope, though. Any band could get back together. If these two can...
What about the Spice Girls?
Yeah, Spice Girls.
Scandalous.
Yep. Powderfinger. Check 1 2 with Craig McLachlan.
Oh, wow. Well, this is the thing.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Any band now.
So 5 p.m. tonight, we're going to find out what the announcement is.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Amazing claims. What do you got, Ryan James?
Just the other day, I do love On This Day and reading what happened on that day in history.
It's up there with the birthdays.
It's right up there, isn't it?
Is it still in the paper?
I think so.
This was a couple of days ago. I tried to get it in. Tom tried to get it in as well, but I think you guys had too many great
stories
to talk about, you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
But this was 2 days ago, on August 25th, 1958, so 66 years ago, Momofuku Ando in Japan launched a global food sensation. He was the man that started the instant noodles.
Wow.
Momofuku. Fuku or Fuko?
Momofuku
Is that a Michael Jackson song? Mama say, Mama say, Fuku say.
No.
Mama say, Mama say. No.
It's a chain of restaurants now.
Is it Mama Fuku?
I think Michael Jackson was a big fan of 2-minute noodles and loved Momofuku.
Do you think he would have ever had 2-minute noodles?
Yeah, Jacko would have, for sure.
I think, is it fair to say it'd be, I think everybody's had a crack at cup noodles, haven't they?
Oh,
do you think? I saw something on Instagram the other day. I know this is completely off
I know
topic.
what you're going to say. I saw that.
Of the 2-minute noodles.
Under a microscope.
Under a microscope.
What do you mean? What does that mean? Oh, don't do it.
Am I crawling with, like... Bugs and bacteria.
What, the noodles were?
Yeah.
Oh, do not tell me that. I'm under my 4th cup this morning.
No, I know.
Oh, my God.
It's worth trying to have a look at it.
That's pre-boil, though. But I don't even mind them without the water. Like, I don't mind them
like
crunchy.
Chips?
Yeah.
No, mate.
I'll even get a little bit of the chicken flavouring and put it without the boil.
MSG, you mean?
Yeah, and I'll eat them like that.
So, can I just say, Momofuku Ando is not with us anymore. He passed away at the age of 96 in 2007, but his net worth, so instant noodles these days, annual revenue of $4 billion a year.
Yeah, but what does he get for the credit? Did he patent the noodle?
Yeah. He trademarked the instant noodle. Isn't that crazy? So the family's worth billions and billions of dollars, and that will just be passed down from generation to generation. Oh, great granddad, how good was that? He started that. You know that 2-minute noodle you got in your hand there? That was my granddad.
With all the buds on it.
Come over here. And what quarters of the house do you want to stay in?
Which wing?
You got your own pool, mate.
Yeah, when are you going to get a job? I don't need to. Grandpa's the noodle king. The dried noodle king.
Mel in West Ryde, 132410. What did your family invent? What do you got? What's your amazing claim, Mel?
So my husband's great-great-granddad invented the super sopper.
The what?
The super sopper. It's the thing that soaks up the water on cricket pitches.
Oh.
You are kidding me. So used all around the world by curators of pitches, Mel. And did he make a bit of money from it?
Probably. I don't think the patent's probably in the family anymore, but he's the one who originally did it. So that's
I love it when these things too are created and discovered by accident, which a lot of the history of science is. But he would have been out there one day after it had rained and thought, I've got to dry this grass really quickly here. I've had a flood.
Yeah. Pretty much, It was.
Is your boyfriend loaded, Mel? Like, does he look after you?
No, he's my husband. I married him, so it's okay.
He's a tight bum.
But that's his family's claim to fame, the super sopper.
Great start, Mel. Thank you.
It's good when it's raining out the back and he just gets the old super sopper out.
Yeah,
thanks, great granddad.
I invented that.
Mike in Rose Bay, amazing claims, Mike.
Yeah, so my grandfather's brother, I don't know how you sort of classify that attachment, but he was instrumental in inventing the Tim Tam.
The Tim Tam?
Really?
Mike, this is unbelievable. Wow. So this is obviously spoken about in the family quite a bit. How was he instrumental?
Okay, so he was a biscuit designer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And his name was Tim. And
You're making
he married
this
a girl
up.
called Tam.
No, this is true. So no, you can fact check this. So there's a guy called Ian Norris.
Yep.
And I think in the late 50s, they went to the UK and they were looking at biscuits. And they found the penguin biscuit, which was some sort of, I don't know what it is. Then they thought they could make it better. Ian Norris has the pure claim, but my granddad's brother was named Tim. Was instrumental in helping to design the Tim Tam.
And who's the Tam
then?
then?
With Ross Arnott, and the rest is history.
Ross Arnott.
So do you know if he made a bit of coin out of it, Mike? Don't know.
I actually think he didn't really make any money at all. I think he was sort of part of the process, but I think the guy Ian Norris probably made all the money.
It's a great story anyway. The fact that his name was actually Tim. Guys,
the thing is, the reason why you had the Tim Tam is because my granddad's brother, Tim.
Right, there you go, because of the Tim part.
Yeah,
there you go.
Imagine that. He
helped
negotiated, I don't want any money, but you're going to have to put my name on it for the rest of existence.
I'm
I
visualising.
don't think he negotiated anything.
I'm visualising meeting Mike down the pub for the first time and he telling that story to me. I'd be pretty impressed.
It's not bad, is it?
I'd buy him a beer.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd buy him a pint.
And he'd give you a Tim Tam.
Emma in Currans Hill, amazing claims. What do you got for us, Em?
Yeah, so since I was a kid, my nan claimed all the time that we were related to Alexander Graham Bell, who invented the telephone.
Yeah.
It was the thing she told the family all the time. So when I was about 13 or 14, I got really into history, so I decided I'd look it up and find evidence that I could give her to make her really happy. So I looked it up. We are related. He's like my fourth great uncle or something.
Yeah.
But I also found out at the same time that he didn't actually invent the telephone. He just stole the patent off his lab partner, which at 14 I decided to very proudly tell my nan in front of the whole family. Safe to say she was not as impressed with my research skills as I was.
Family dream.
I wonder if did you think Nan already knew that information but had kept it very quiet?
No, she was genuinely devastated to hear that and kept proclaiming that there was no way she was related to a thief.
What's the movie with Michael Keaton and the McDonald's story? So that guy stole the idea off the two brothers.
Yeah,
the two brothers.
They were the McDonald brothers.
Yeah, they started the restaurant and then he bought them out and it was a dodgy deal, wasn't it?
The McDonald's brothers wanted 1% in perpetuity. And they went, no, we're not even going to give you that.
Yeah.
So, but they didn't want to expand, but he saw the success of the ability to make hamburgers really quickly and get them to hungry mouths.
And was that true?
Yeah.
Based on a true story. I haven't seen that. I like it.
They got a good payout, Kate, but it wasn't anything near what it's worth. Ashley and Dural, tell us about an amazing claim.
So, my husband's great-grandfather invented the cherry ripe recipe and sold it to Cadbury.
No
that is my favourite.
So, Ash, what do you get being a part of that family? What are the benefits of that, Ash?
Well, not much. He sold it while he was working for a company called Mac Robertson's at the time in Melbourne.
Yep.
And his name was Harry Hughes, and he invented it. He was working for that confectionery company, which then obviously sold it to Cadbury's, which I don't think they sold it for very much.
Yep.
And then my husband's great-grandpa started his confectionery business here in Sydney, which my husband's now running as fourth generation.
Oh, my God. What's that called?
It's called Double D Confectionery.
Double D?
Yeah, they used to do the eucalyptus oil, double distilled.
Yeah, right.
Now it's in all Woolies and Coles. They do a lot of sugar-free products, and then also the new Smart Sweets, which you see at all the checkouts.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that fascinating?
I love these stories.
Fourth generation.
Fourth generation.
You'd love. See, this is the thing. A majority of these stories, you get found out that they get bought out by a major corporation very early. They don't get much cash out of it, and then on they go to make a lot of money. Well, the major corporations do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A guy I went to school with, he did a research piece on his family and found out that his great-great-grandfather was Jack the Ripper.
Really?
So he'd gone through the cold streets of London, murdering people, murdering women.
I've got something like that.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
who is it?
But I will never reveal it.
Oh,
do you?
Come on. So are you related to someone who's...
No, I don't even do the drum roll because it's too serious. It's Australian history.
But how recent?
Can you tell what the crime was?
No.
Did someone die?
And what relation? Like, how far off are you?
Oh, probably only like 2 generations or something like that.
Oh my gosh! So you've got this streak in you think? Like
no,
other moments?
I absolutely do not.
I knew you were part of the Kelly gang.
No, it's not even that glamorous.
Wasn't it?
It's not even that glamorous.
And I know you like to talk about Snowtown all the time, but
don't joke.
Fitz and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.